Welcome to Fox TV News, where everything is true. Two people injured in car attack as violence resumes in Spanish Town. 2 days after the state of emergency SOE ended in St. Catherine, the violence has reignited. On Sunday evening, a man and a woman were shot and injured by gunmen in Railway Lane in the Taspin community of Spanish Town. Information reaching reporters are that two were in the car when the gunmen struck and sprayed the vehicle with bullets. The incident reportedly occurred about 7:50 p.m. Up to a short while ago, the two individuals were still being treated after being admitted to hospital, the police have confirmed. Infighting between members of the one other gang resulted in the government declaring an SOE in the parish on June 17, but a court ruling and a lack of support from the parliamentary opposition forced the government to end it on Friday after only 2 weeks. The infighting accused the death of more than 7 people over a 2-week period before the SOE was declared. In one incident, 4 men were shot to death on Railway Lane, and in another, 3 people were killed in the commercial district in the heart of Spanish Town. Update on bedridden 67-year-old woman killed, husband 69 arrested. More information has emerged about the killing of a bedridden woman and the arrest of her husband following an incident in Lionel, Clarendon on Monday morning. The dead woman has been identified as Pamela Gregory, otherwise called Pam, a 67-year-old housekeeper from Toronto Terrace in the Lionel Town housing scheme. Her husband is a mechanic from the same address. The couple's grandson was injured resulting from the incident. The police stated, no motive has been established for the attack. It is reported that the woman was killed about 7 a.m. Further reports are that the grandson who was at home with the couple received a call from his uncle in Aruba stating that the accused had called someone overseas saying he just killed his wife. The police said after receiving the call, the grandson went to his grandparents' room and knocked. His grandfather opened the door and he saw his grandmother on the bed bleeding from the neck. Police said he attempted to go into the room, however, his grandfather barricaded the door, preventing him from entering. He then went to another door, kicked it open and entered the room. His grandfather, the police said reportedly, attacked him with a knife. He held on to the knife and used a piece of board to knock him in his head in a bid to subdue him. He later learned he had a cut on his right middle finger from the attack. Residents and police arrived, assisted him and took him and the accused to the Lionel Town Hospital, where they were treated and then taken to the police station. Up to early Monday afternoon, investigators were still at the scene. Chef killed in Manchester, third murder victim on Bloody Saturday. It was a Bloody Saturday in Manchester, as 3 people were killed in the South Central Parish in separate gun attacks. In the latest incident, 35-year-old Adrian Smichael, a chef of Coleyville near Christiana in Manchester, was shot dead in Hearties. A police report said that about 10 p.m., Smichael was at a wake in the community when a gunman pounced on him by jumping over a concrete wall. Police said the gunman got Smichael multiple times. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Just under an hour earlier, 15-year-old Vestora Sinclair was shot dead in Turnatop District near the Manchester-St. Elizabeth border as he attempted to save his mother during a struggle with gunmen. On Saturday afternoon, 49-year-old Ricardo Bennett, a fisherman of Old Harbour St. Catherine, was shot by a gunman on Juicy Plaza in Mandeville. He later succumbed at hospital. Statistics from the Jamaica Constabulary Force showed that up to June 26, Manchester recorded 20 murders compared to 13 for the corresponding period last year. Man killed during fuss over bottle of water. An argument reportedly about a bottle of water has left 1 man dead and another in police custody. The incident occurred on Cemetery Road in St. Anne's Bay, St. Anne just after 1 p.m. on Monday. According to reports, a man believed to be in his 30s was on the job at the Santa Glory restaurant when an argument developed between himself and a man who delivers food. It is alleged that the food delivery man stabbed the restaurant employee in his neck before fleeing the scene. He was later held by the police. Investigations are ongoing. Beulah staff missed Lynn Shining Star Rafaela at graduation ceremony. An empty chair among young graduates at Beulah All-Age and Infant School graduation on Friday was a stark reminder of the brutal murder of 5-year-old Rafaela Simmet, one of the victims of the bloodbath that jolted the nation on June 21. Rafaela's 12-year-old sister Shirley Simmet was also a student at the school, which is located in New Longville in North Central Clarendon. The siblings, their mother, Kimisha Wright, 31, their other sister, Kimanda Simit, 15, and 23-month-old half-brother, Kishane Henry Jr., were found at their New Road home with their throats slashed. Rashane Barnett, 23, has been charged with the gruesome murder. A cloud of sadness dampened the usually celebratory spirit associated with the event, as there were several moments of silence to remember the slain children. Tamara Blair Robinson, Raphael's teacher, wore a face of despondency as she sat next to the memorial mounted in her students' honor. The memorial displayed photographs of a happy Raphael and the award she would collect at Friday's ceremony for outstanding academic performance. Blair Robinson fought to hold back tears as she spoke of her star student. She told reporters that preparing the memorial for Raphael was not an easy feat. I was putting her pictures up, and I was talking to her. I said, Rafi, you're really not here to see all of this? Rafi, you're really gone? It's really rough. Even when I saw them singing the graduation song, I broke down in tears because I'm just looking for her in the crowd and she's not there, and seeing her photos there. It's just really sad, Blair Robinson said. The teacher said she was anticipating graduation day to see her star student shine. I worked hard for Raphael just for this day, and just not seeing her there, it's just too much not seeing her here to collect her award, bemoaned Blair Robinson. Similar sentiments were expressed by the school's principal, Nadine Gay Little, who described the day's activities as bittersweet. Gay Little said the administration wrestled with what was a tough emotional decision to reserve the memorial era for Raphael, but decided to do it nonetheless. This little girl would have graduated, would have been sitting there. You heard the song from the infant graduating class, We Are the World. Such a beautiful song message, and Raphael would have been the star in that song, she stated. Sharing in the celebration and grief was Favour Williams, Minister of Education and Youth. Williams lauded the staff at Beulah for their dedication and commitment to seeing an exceptional execution of the curriculum. The minister was also committed to financing upcoming projects for the school. The Minister of Education and Youth will match every dollar that you raise for the fencing, and I think by now, persons in the education sector should know that I don't just talk on air, I follow through with what I say, Williams stated. St. Catherine residents get land titles. I feel like I've won the lottery, said 45-year-old Zachariah Oakley after receiving a registered title to the plot of land that he has been living on since birth in Church Pen, St. Catherine. Oakley is among 128 residents of the parish who are now proud landowners, having received certifications of title for property that they have been occupying for several years. The residents are from the communities of Old Harbour, Church Pen, Shoppers Lane, Thompson Pen, Bushy Park, and Old Harbour Bay. The title is provided under the National Land Agency NLA Systematic Land Registration SLR program, were handed over by a team led by Prime Minister Andrew Holness during a recent ceremony held at the Old Harbour New Testament Church of God in Woodlands Pen. Oakley told reporters that he had been trying for several years to acquire a title for the property and thanked the government for making his dream a reality. I have been trying to process it for about 9 years. This program that the government has set up has made it so easy. Since they started, it's like only 3 months and I get through with something that I've been trying to get through for years. So I actually feel like I've won the lottery, he said. I'm 45 now and I basically grew up there. We've maintained the property, so it still looks modern and up to date. It's moving with the times, Oakley shared with a chuckle. 66-year-old Ina Foga, who also resides in Church Pen, was overwhelmed with joy when she was presented with her land title. Me feel good, and me say, boy, me thank God, my father did left something for me. Thank God me own a piece of land, she said. Foga noted that she had long wanted to begin the process of land ownership and was grateful for the NLE program. Me I wonder all the while and I say, how me I go look about it until the National Land Agency come in now and survey it, she shared, noting that she was thankful to finally obtain the documents for the property. 73-year-old Sarah Reed, who also lives on a property in Church Pen with her extended family, told reporters, we give God thanks to know that we have our own title. Through the SLR program, people who have been living open, undisturbed, and undisputed possession of land for 12 years or more are afforded the opportunity to obtain titles for their lands. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the government is actively pursuing programs to provide more land and shelter solutions for Jamaicans. He said that these programs will allow more people to be a part of a formal regulatory settlement, thereby improving Tata and their families' standard of living. The government is not unaware or unsympathetic to the genuine concerns of people trying to find a housing solution for themselves, but it is not a solution to the problem to go and illegally settle. It just exacerbates and compounds the problem, he pointed out. The Prime Minister said the SLR program seeks to scale up land registration to support the country's aim of extending the benefits of recognized property rights to more Jamaicans. Chief Executive Officer at the NLA and the Commissioner of Lands, Charis Walcott, said that the agency remains committed to helping Jamaicans secure property rights through the implementation of an efficient land registration system. Walcott said that prioritizing the preservation of land rights will establish a firm foundation for sustainable growth, assist in reducing poverty, and boost shared prosperity among citizens. She indicated that people who have applied for titles under the SLR program are expected to receive their titles during this year. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.